everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to another video, and if this is the first video of mine you're clicking on, then hey, what's up? My name's Ebony. So today's video, I thought I'd share with you guys 5 daily health habits that I do and I just cannot skip them. Like, these things are just kind of built into me now, but the reason why I keep up these health habits is because they just really do impact my life. I mean, they impact my health, they impact my day, and the way I know they're doing wonders is because when I don't do these things, I really do notice the difference. So anyway, that's what I'm going to say for the intro. I'm going to get straight into it today. So if you want to know the 5 daily health habits that I just cannot skip, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing is I start my day every single day with a cup of hot lemon water. Now this is not a new thing for me to like tell you, because I've done it in a lot of my videos, but I'm going to quickly tell you what the benefits of doing this are and why I personally do it. Now first things first, it really does kickstart your digestion for the day and really helps just to kind of get everything, you know, working again. It's kind of like oiling up the machine, you know what I mean? So for me, I find it really does help with like my bowel habits and stuff like that, you know, that's a real thing, let's talk about it. So yeah, it really helps with like my bowel function and just getting my digestion moving. And I'm sure if you've seen other videos, you know I'm so into you looking after your gut health and having really healthy bowels and really healthy gut in general, because I mean 70% of our immune system is in our gut. So much stems from our gut, and it's such an important part of our body to make sure that we're looking after. Second thing is, I mean, lemons are a great source of vitamin C. Now vitamin C has so many amazing functions for us in our body. Not only does it help us with immunity, but it's also really great for our collagen. So collagen is really great for healing our skin and just our skin health. It really helps our thyroid health, and that's something important to me because I do have hypothyroidism. And then also it also helps our iron absorption as well, which is very important, especially as women, as we have menstrual cycles and you know we do lose a lot of iron when it's that time of the month. But just in general, making sure your iron, you know, you're absorbing it correctly and having enough in your body. I mean, it's crucial to have all vitamins and all minerals. As you saw in the clips, I also want to mention I do drink my hot lemon water through a straw, and as you noticed, you know, I mentioned it in my zero waste video that I have now got stainless steel straws. So yeah, I use one of those in the morning and I sip it through that. And the reason why is because obviously lemon juice is very acidic and you want to be careful of your teeth. So yeah, by sipping it through a straw, you protect your teeth enamel as well. Do you know what? This sun on my chest is actually seriously overheating me, but we're gonna push through. The next thing that I like to do every single day is my turmeric and ginger shot. I do have a full blog post like showing you how I make it, what I put in it, the quantities, everything. So I'll leave that listed down below if you want to go make these to yourself. But I'm going to give you a couple of reasons of why I do this. The most important thing for me is the anti-inflammatory. I'm so into anti-inflammatory foods, and for me one of the biggest reasons is I just notice massive improvement in my skin. Having the turmeric and ginger shots, it's just like, you know, it's just that real quick way to do it. Now these shots are obviously not only anti-inflammatory, but they're also filled with antioxidants. They have antiviral and antibacterial properties, so really great, especially coming up to winter. Really great for immunity and just, you know, keeping away any like colds that could be lurking around. Now something else you would have noticed in the clip is I do also add a little bit of black pepper into the shots. Now the reason why I do this is because the active form in turmeric called curcumin, is it curcumin? Curcumin. I always doubt myself on that, I don't know why. But anyway, the active form in turmeric, black pepper, just basically makes it a bit more bioavailable, so it kind of basically enhances all the like anti-inflammatory and the properties that are inside and all the great stuff that turmeric does. So yeah, it just kind of basically gives it, you know, a big kick up the arse to like work even better. Okay, so my third healthy habit is cinnamon. Like, this is just a must for me, because the main reason why I put cinnamon in my diet is mainly for insulin resistance benefits, because cinnamon is just amazing if you suffer with insulin resistance, or I just find, you know, if you are someone who is very sensitive with sugar, I just find it has worked wonders for me. What the cinnamon does, it just basically increases your insulin sensitivity. So if you're, you know, insulin resistant, obviously you want to make yourself a bit more sensitive to it so your body can actually function properly with the insulin. And what that does is it just really helps stabilize your blood sugar levels. Personally, I've just found adding cinnamon into my diet has just been a game changer for me. And it's funny, I've said this before on my channel, when I first ever started having cinnamon, I hated the taste of cinnamon. Like, I just really could not stand it. Like, even one little dash, I was like, but now, like, it's quite sickening how much I can put into my breakfast. Like, I'm like, yeah, keep going. And I do get ground Ceylon cinnamon, and the reason why is because that is just the best form to get if you can try and get some Ceylon cinnamon. And do you know what, it's really expensive in a lot of health foods, but if you live in the UK, Lidl sell it and they sell it for like 50p, and I was like, literally bought like 4 jars. I was like, oh my god, like in the health store they try and sell it for like £6 and I'm like, no thank you. Okay, so next point I want to talk about is my afternoon ritual, and this includes maca. So we're going to put it under the heading of maca, but there's a lot of like a couple of things I want to talk about in this point. Now this little health habit has kind of replaced my, you know, need to have a coffee or something like that. I haven't had coffee for nearly over a year now, but I used to be the kind of person who, you know, I just love the coffee culture. I love going to a coffee shop, having a coffee, having a chat with someone, having that break to go have a drink. So every single day in the afternoon at some point I make my own little like cacao drink. Sometimes in the winter have it hot, sometimes have it cold. It kind of depends on what season, but every single time I always put maca into it. So the first thing you'll commonly hear is it's really good for hormone health. Now the reason why it is because it's an adaptogen. They call it a herbal adaptogen, and what this does is it basically helps your body's, well, it helps your hormones adapt to what is going on inside. So it kind of helps you gain more balance. So especially on a hormone front, you know, it helps to balance your hormones. It also really works well with estrogen. Now another reason why it works well with estrogen, because maca originally is in the cruciferous vegetable family. So they're things like cauliflower, broccoli, and like those types of foods. It stems from that. I believe it's in the mustard family, but basically cruciferous vegetables, they actually aid in your liver detoxification. I believe it's your phase 2 liver detoxification they work on. So it's really good for getting rid of any excess estrogen, which can actually build up in the liver, because our liver is what basically metabolizes and like filters through all our hormones anyway. Our liver is just a crazy organ. Like, it has so many important roles in our body. You've got to remember everyone's hormone balances are different, so not everyone's gonna have the same response. But personally for me, I have found that incorporating maca into my day has been very beneficial for my hormones. Now another thing that's really good about maca is it's really good for anxiety, depression, stress related, like anything that really plays with your emotions. It's really good on that side of things. So what a lot of people find is it actually is a really good replacement for coffee. So if you're in the afternoon and you feel like, you know, you need that coffee fix, you need something to give you that pickup, maca also helps with energy levels as well. It helps to boost them. So it's a really great switch to make. And I find personally that when I make my drink in the afternoon, like I'm kind of like, I mean, you can't get addicted to maca, but I mean, I kind of am addicted to this drink, because not only does it give me actual benefits on a health level, but it also really does kind of like feed my soul. Because you know that feeling of when you have a coffee, like having this drink, I find it really comforting, and it just really does give me something to look forward to in the afternoon. So for me, it also feeds me on like a mind level as well. Okay, and then the last health habit I want to talk to you about is I try and have my dinner before 8 p.m. Like 8 p.m. is my cutoff. I need to be finished by 8 p.m. But the reason why I do this is because I like to keep a minimum of 12 hours between my dinner and breakfast the next day. Our bodies, they feed off glycogen. So if you eat like, you know, starches and carbs and things like that, like and sugar, like it gives us a lot of glycogen, and that's what our body is like the most responsive to burn off first. That's like our first thing to burn. Now if our body runs out of glycogen storage, then it will then switch to our fat. To get your body to be able to actually make that conversion is just, I mean, it's got abundance of like benefits for you. Now if your body goes from using glycogen into fat, that means, I mean, if you want to lose weight, you know, this is why a lot of people are doing like intermittent fasting and a lot of these fasting methods recently, or even people try and go keto. I've seen a lot of that recently. It's because they're trying to, you know, get their body to switch into burning off their fat. So, you know, it helps with like aid with weight loss. But I mean, I don't do it for a weight loss point of view. I just do it because I think it's really healthy for your body to be able to know to go from one to the other. You'll notice if you get really hangry, like that's because you're running out of your glycogen storages. And you know, it's a good way to know whether you convert well or not. If you get really hangry and you're like, you know, gonna kill someone, and that just doesn't ever really end until you eat, then you know, your conversion might be very like slow or just kind of bad in general. Because when you do switch into burning off your fat cells, you actually find, oh, like you could actually go a lot longer without eating. So I don't know if you guys have ever had it happen where you get so hungry, and you get so hungry that you then start to not be hungry is because your body has made that conversion. You're starting to burn off your fat, so your body's kind of like, actually, we can keep going. And I know 12 hours can sound long, but it really isn't actually that long. I mean, if you stop eating at 8 and then you wake up at 8 the next morning, like that's it, that's your 12 hours. So it's not actually that hard to do 12 hours. But the thing is, you've also got to remember is that when like our body is like, if we've eaten something, our body needs that energy to use on our digestion. So when you go to sleep and your body doesn't need to work on your digestion because you haven't eaten something, it can actually then put, you know, its energy onto other parts of your body. So it's so crucial to help all of our other organs function well, giving your body that break. And also the other benefits is it actually lowers inflammation in the body. So you know me and my anti-inflammatory, like anything that's going to give you some kind of anti-inflammatory effect, I'm all for. So anyway guys, there we go. They are my 5 daily health habits that I do not skip. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have a lot more, to be honest with you, so if you want to see like another one of these videos, then let me know. What's one daily habit that you just cannot skip? Like, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys as well. Anyway, that's it from me. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button, come join the family, and also give this video a big thumbs up because, or if you liked it, because it really does help me out so much, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.